Thursday evening, November 21st, 8:46 p.m. This is episode 4 Zero Dawn playthrough, and I know it's been a while. I feel like I'm almost saying the same thing every stream. It's been a while, had a lot of things going on. But what can I say, man? It really is the end of the year. It's the season. So everybody's kind of getting ready to go visit friends, family, and have dinner parties and things like that. As a matter of fact, not tomorrow, but Saturday, I've got a party I need to go to a friend's place. So I wanted to try to get a stream in right now, which is a window that I have available to stream because tomorrow I have off from work. Also tomorrow I should be able to stream as well. And I think that between these two streams, this should really catch us up.
Vaughn came through here. The inn seems like a good place to start asking.
With respect to all the quests in the southern part of the jungle, or the Sundom, excuse me. So it looks like we got a couple unexplored areas here, right there, which is fine. Looks like we got a quest that actually takes us to that area, and we've explored everything over here so far. We got 2 quests to pick up here in the Sundom, and I think that's golden. We got a Banuk figurine here, but we have to approach that Banuk figurine from down here, because this is a cliffside. I looked at it not yesterday, but the last time I streamed, and I was like, I'm going to fall off the edge if I go try to get this Banuk figurine. But anyways, be right back. I got to run to the restroom, but I'll be right back. Just give me a minute or two. Getting to the point in the game where there's really not there's not really much to do in terms of gear. The only thing we got left is quests and hunts, and I'm even very high up in the skill tree, and it looks like I'm gonna have to get a lot more experience to even level, but let's stick with it here. Supply crate. There's our friendly neighborhood charger. And here's the bridge across the river in Wright Market. I have a lot of turkeys here. Let's scavenge this.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Hey, there's a guy right there. They have something in here as well. Behind the door. Right?
You put that Oseram assassin in his place.
I think that's all the supply crates so far. Except for this one in this building here. Thought maybe there was a ladder or a stairway up to to the top, but there is not.
Move along. You have no need to loiter.
I can kind of see the icon for it from here. But what do I do? Climb the wall? I don't think you can climb the wall. I think this is a glitch. Supply crate, honestly. Oh, here we go. What do we have in the Shard Gambler's box, right?
Applied to the city guard the other day. Amazing.
Another supply crate.
Try to get past an evil lava fight.
I'd have to ditch something.
Damn Oseram, stirring up tensions. Keep my eyes open. They look to me for help. Might you be able to get involved in politics? Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll as soon cheat you as look at you.
Yeah, we got something here. History of Sunfall. The history of Sunfall. After the vanishing of the Radiant Iriv and his cohort in the west, the Radiant Basadid ordered a mighty fortress built at the Sundom's farthest reach. His luminance chose to build atop ancient ruins, reasoning the ancients must have seized value. Of the ancients, their works of two smooth gray stone and strangely carved metal were collapsed or built over, and the catacombs sealed off. Only the stone ring, perhaps used for some unknowable ritual, was left in place to serve the garrison as a training ground. Even though its builders and soldiers lived in fear of the land where the sun goes at night, the finished walls of the fortress were mighty and unshakable. His luminance and his high priest, the irrefutable Pashaman, named it Sunfall under the blazing eye of the sun, and by the light it was good. None doubted the radiant Basadid's prudence, nor denied his lingering hope that his brother might one day be sighted again. But no great threat would come from the west in his lifetime. Nor did it come for the next 3 generations, though records show the men of Sunfall fought many bandits and scroungers skulking in the Rustwash and dangerous stampede of behemoths in the Long Burn. In time, Sunfall slipped from common memory until the 6th year of the 11th Sun King's reign, when the radiant Marzid himself came to inspect it. In the desert heat, his luminance received a vision of an ornate citadel with a dome of metal so polished it would greet the dawn and catch the rays of the sun's last shining at dusk. At once he ordered the dedication of the Sundom's resources to build the structure. After its construction, his luminance took the citadel as a summer palace, bringing with him many members of the Sun Court, nobles and artisans. In time, Sunfall became a city unto itself and the source of great works, such as the Passion of the Tall Neck among the dunes, turning seasons at Bronzeflash and Lament for Cinnabar Sands. The stone training ring was repurposed for shows of pageantry where young Blazens or the Hunter's Lodge Hawks could display the sun's dominance over the machines. Sunfall's prominence in the culture of the Sundom continued for many years until the Sun King Marzid's untimely demise in the citadel he so treasured. For his procession back to the Alite, a line of torches was laid all the way across the Daybrink, so that over the days and nights of his burying he might always go in the light. The departed king's brother, the radiant Hebas, was occupied wholly with renewing the soldiery of the Sundom, and with the old Sun King's passing, so too passed this chapter in Sunfall's history. In the early years of the 13th Sun King Jiran's reign, before the falling of his shadow, a particularly harsh season came upon the Sandwhisper Valley. Upon hearing that the storms could strip the very detailing off of armor, he decreed that the strongest among his guards should be trained in the desert here and named the Kestrels. Indeed, Helis, who would become the most infamous of the Kestrels, was one of the first to survive his reforging by sun and sand here. In the 15th year of Sun King Jiran's reign, when the sacrifices in the Sun Ring were judged insufficient to calm the derangement of the machines, he presided over the blooding of the Ring of Sunfall. A trapped behemoth was driven with spears and spurred over slaves of the Osram and Utaru. When the beast turned upon the Kestrels, the Sun King stood and declared that the sun, in its great generosity, would accept the sacrifice of faithless and faithful alike. So began a fearful era for Sunfall, of sacrifices unending in its sun ring, and the citadel whispered of as a place where no light shone. Many upstanding citizens of the Sundom were taken inside its doors to disappear as surely as if they had journeyed to the Forbidden West. In the last days of the Sun King Jiran's reign, Sunfall was in the charge of his Kestrels and High Priests, no longer answering to the Sundom as a whole. It was no surprise then that following the liberation of Meridian, Jiran's loyalists sought refuge at Sunfall as a fortress that was impregnable but cut off from the bounteous lands across the Daybrink. It was a city impoverished, so stood the stalemate in the first year of the 14th Sun King, the radiant Avad, and so stood Sunfall. Once built to protect the Sundom from the shadow of the west, it now sheltered a worse shadow, the false Karja who dwelt within.
Forget about traveling light.
Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll soon cheat you as a look at you.
Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll as soon cheat you as look at you.
Don't let your guard down.
Hell, we got 8,000 metal shards. That's a ridiculous amount.
I barely turn a profit even in the best of times, especially since I usually hand out what I can to those in need. Would you care for some fruit? Better enjoy it before someone runs off with the rest of it.
Has someone been stealing from you?
Yes, almost every night. Not enough to force me to close shop, but definitely enough to hurt.
Have you found any sign of the thief?
Just a couple of old rinds near the storehouse. Not much to go on.
Why haven't the guards looked into it?
The gods blame the wildlife, but I doubt they believe it. I guess they have more to worry about than a woman and her livelihood.
Is there anyone you suspect?
I've known most people here since childhood. None of them strike me as a food thief. You want to talk about other vices, however?
I know how to track. I could look for the thief.
Really? Thank you. You could start in my storehouse by the river. Someone must be desperate to steal rather than just ask me.
I'll see what I can find.
It's not what I imagined. City safe. Electric guard.
Leave me alone, girl. Can't you see I'm searching the water?
Okay, what's wrong? Has someone fallen in?
Have you seen a girl of about 17 and... I can't even say it.
Are you afraid she jumped to her death?
I don't know. Elida. My only daughter. She's gone.
Who else is searching for her?
I demanded the guards look for her, but I can't put my hope in them. They say girls run off all the time at this age. Not my Elida. I've reached out to her friends, but they say they haven't seen her in weeks. Weeks! How could I not know? But they will look for her. I've searched everywhere, and then I thought maybe she might be... here, in the water. By the sun!
Where did you last see her?
Just last night, in the house. She seemed... better.
Was she ill?
She seemed withdrawn. Sad. So I was pleased when she wanted to go out in the garden. That's the last I saw of her.
Has she done or said anything unusual?
She's been like a different person. She used to be such a happy girl, playing in the dirt with the boys.
What changed?
I don't know. She disagrees with me about everything. Hates the ceasefire. Thinks we never should have fought the war to begin with. It's been a month since I've seen her smile. She spends so much time in her room. I should have paid more attention.
Did something happen during the war that upset her?
The war upset us all. The cruelty of the mad Sun King. The blood on the streets. When Edamon's men fled, they stormed through here. There's a ceasefire now, of course, but Elida broods about it more than ever. It bothers her that our people are so divided.
I'm a good tracker. I could look for her. Where did you last see her?
In our garden. Please, maybe you'll find something I missed.
I'll do my best.
May the sun light your way.
If this Gavon came through here, the inn seems like a good place to start asking.
Unwilling, she's safe. I need a moment. My duties today are endless. I'm not going home. Nope. Don't think that's my father.
The Nora. Rumors of the Nora by the well-traveled Aram. Readers, many times I have been asked to describe that most fearsome of barbarian tribes, the Nora of the savage East. So ferocious are the rumors of these people, you might think it was they who raided us during the dark times of the Mad Sun King, and not the opposite. Well, dear readers, though I possess bravery, there is a shadow length between bravery and certain death, and it is certain death that awaits any who trespass on the sacred land of the Nora. However, I have traveled beyond Daytower into the snow-dusted hinterlands of the savage East and onto the very edge of Nora territory, now the site of a hard-scrabble trading camp known as Hunter's Gathering. There sat around an open fire with outlanders and uncouths. I was able to gather tales and eyewitness accounts of what might be seen within the Valley of the Warrior Women. They told me another day's travel south lies the Mother's Crown, a name that suggests something grander than the fort of tree trunks and log cabins that was described to me. Still, I was assured it squats most imposingly upon a rocky outcrop, far above rushing rapids and white-capped falls. From its ramparts, a series of watchtowers stretched back across the mountains, and at any sign of approach, flaming arrows arc into the air between them. For a tribe so concerned with their precious wilds, I expected less careless behavior. Those interlopers, stout or foolhardy enough to approach after this display, are turned back with another flight of arrows, this time aimed at just above their heads. The outlanders, chuckling, agreed that if a Carja showed their colors, the arrows would fly lower, and that even soldiers behind Daytower's walls grumble about being ambushed and devoured by Nora warriors. I corrected them that it was the Tinnack, not the Nora, who are known to engage in cannibalism. In fact, the Nora have only been seen to chew the bark from trees, the tough plants from the ground, and drink strange herbal brews. I propose that they may well be forbidden from eating meat except at their strange feminine rites beneath the moon. Yes, in the benighted land of the Nora, the natural way of things goes inverted. Women rule men, and all the might of Carja metal can be deflected by logs, leather, and hides. Ruins filled with bounteous artifacts go untouched, and great stretches of farmable land are left uncultivated. Only the machines, which the Nora greatly mistrust after some ancestral conflict or another, seem untroubled by this rampant strangeness. Father-son has no place here, and I would not be surprised to find the Nora's woman god to be the moon itself. Though it is Nora women who so famously feature in tales of encounters with the tribe. Men have also been cited to bear the outlandish hair and blue-painted markings of Nora warriors. It is my understanding from reading older studies of the tribe that a ritual known as the Proving allows men to battle one another to gain favor from their rulers. My curiosity to witness this and other Nora rituals sadly goes unsated, but it is my hope that his luminance will extend an offer of alliance to these mysterious barbarians, so emboldened by the Sun King's generosity, and the knowledge that I would travel with many, many well-armored blazons. I would gladly gather a first-hand account for the benefit of my readers. Indeed, I plan to employ a female scribe who might allow better parley between the Nora and I on such an occasion. A better path for a young Carja woman than working as a seller for the Oseram metal merchants in town, no. Until such a sun-touched time comes, though, I can only share with you copies from the extensive collection of sketches I have gathered over the years, mere glimpses of these bizarre, savage, and yet still strangely alluring women-folk. Well, that's me.
As the
my
sun
tribe.
is my witness. Never had a Nora in my house.
What about a man named Gavan?
No. Can't say I've heard that name. But we're a trading town. Get a lot of people through.
All kinds, I'm sure. Like ones who don't want to be followed.
I never heard of your Gavan. If he's trouble, well, can't say I'm sorry. Now, I've things to be doing, Nora girl, if you don't mind.
Oh, he wasn't suspicious at all. Time to take a look around. Should have brought a cart.
Girl, I told you, Bright Market has its shadows, but I run a clean establishment.
I've been working too damn hard.
What in the world?
Knew it was only a matter of time before an Optiman tried to take us unseen.
Is this a bug quest?
The sun has grown too soft.
Okay.
Hello, Gavon. You wouldn't have gotten this off without help. But you didn't make for the harbor. And you didn't go alone.
Let's grab our mount.
Here we go! So Gavon find his friends and his enemies. Suppose they're all the same to me.
Don't spook the Hey! Friend of yours, Gavon? You won't survive here. I'm gonna shatter you!
Here's Gavon.
They sent you to take me back to Sunstone?
Not to take you back.
Huh. Well, Hashiv's done your job for you.
Geneva said you were a smuggler, only for the shards. Is that true?
I could tell you anything. A sick mother, or I did it for the poor children.
But you'd be lying.
In the year I spent in the cage, all I regretted was killing that guard, because it got me caught. You can take that back to Sunstone Rock.
Well,
I'll tuck that away. kind of figurine. I think it's...
Tek-Tuk, there's much I would confess to you, but one thing I cannot. I did not kill Signak, our chieftain, who claimed to be your father. That night I was alone in my tent, drunk with cold wine, dreaming as I always did of Illy, your mother, and her sunset smile. You will never hear my testament, and my offering will never touch the warmth of your hands, but I paint my mark in the light of truth. I know what I'm guilty of and what I'm not. I hope against hope that in your heart you know the same.
Anouk. Ouch.
Well, that was kind of unexpected. Man. I'm usually in bed by now, man, and I'm really starting to feel tired. So I don't... 9:30. I might stream for another 10 minutes and call this at an hour. What I'll do is I'll stream long enough to hand this quest in, and then we're going to call it. This game very much feels like Witcher 3, man. It's almost like they borrowed the code for it from CD Projekt Red. North Carolina.
Your aid to the
Here we are.
Carja Sundom in these times of strife is appreciated. That's the official response. I'd say I can tell you've done the work by the look on your face.
2 of them got themselves killed. The other, welcome to fight to the end.
They would have found death with or without you, taken others with them.
That's what I told myself.
Smart girl. Doubt we'll meet again, so go in light.
Extraordinary reward box. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's 50 minutes in, and I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Let me run and save really, really quick. Wherever the nearest save point is. Right there, I guess. Yeah. And this is going to be the end of Stream 40. We'll do episode number 41 tomorrow morning. I'll probably get up around 8:30 possibly, without the alarm. So look for streaming 9:30, 10 o'clock or so. And we're going to hit it for an hour and a half. All right, folks. Hope you guys are in... Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. I hope your work day goes well tomorrow, and I hope your weekend goes well, and I hope you guys are enjoying the holidays. Peace out, and I'll catch you on the flip side.